What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Shiny Oreo here today. First of all, I do want to apologize to you guys because I do not have any editing software. Excuse that. So this is going to be all raw. So I apologize for that, first of all. But let's get on with today's video. If you guys are going to liking the video, please subscribe to the channel for more stuff. Also, I am always live on Twitch at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so if you guys want to check me out there, please go ahead. With that being said, let's get started. We are here, and we're going to show you guys how to get a shiny raid den. First of all, there is a lot of steps to this, so this video might be a little long, so I apologize for that as well. But this is going to show you guys how to get that shiny den before the DLC comes out, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have more raid dens in the DLC, and all of you guys are going to want to know how to get those dens going. So first of all, before you even do anything, you need to go to a den, and you need to make sure you have a wishing piece available. You only need one wishing piece, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have 999 of them, because there are all kinds of raids out there today to where you can join somebody with a hack switch or anything and get in a raid with wishing pieces, and the drops will be 999, so there is that. But with that being said, make sure you go into your options. You want to change your text speed to slow. The reason you want to do this is because you don't want the game to save while you're doing this process. So if your text speed is on fast, change it to slow, hit A to confirm, save it, and you should be good to go. Now that we're standing here at the den, you want to sit here and you want to just keep re-rolling this den until you either A, want a red beam, or B, want a purple beam for a rare den. So if you guys are wanting the rare den, then you're going to have to hit yes right here, and it's going to ask if you want to save it. Go ahead and hit yes. It's a red beam, so you want to quickly close the game out. Once the game is closed out, you can go back into the game, and it would not have saved. And you can just continue that process until you get a purple beam. I already have a den with a purple beam ready to go for you guys. So we're going to go over to that purple beam. We are going to continue the process for you guys. I'm going to do this all from scratch, just so you guys can continue to get the feel of exactly how it's supposed to go. Right here, I have the purple beam ready to go. So I'm going to sit here, and we're actually going to battle the Pokemon. Do not save the game after you battle the Pokemon, mainly because if you save the game, you are not going to be able to trade the bot that you need to trade to get started with the battling. So right here, we have our Pokemon that we're going to battle to find out what our seed is. We are going to send out our Pokemon to battle it, and this is the part where if I'm not talking as much, I'm sorry. But this is the boring part, and like I said before in the video, I do not have any editing software, so I can't edit a lot of this out like I should be doing. So I apologize for that once again. But down in the comments below, if you guys want to find out what other videos you would like me to do as far as Pokemon is concerned, feel free to do so. I am also going to be hosting my kids on the channel as well. I've got 3 beautiful kids. They're all going to get hosted. We're going to play games together on the YouTube channel. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you know, feel free to come on in as we get this show going. Like I said before, this part is actually very, very boring because I can't really do much until I beat this Pokemon. So the talking might get a little scarce here, and I apologize for that. With this, though, the text speed is slow, so it is, no, I do have it fast now again, so that is a plus. And it doesn't help that 2 of my Pokemon don't really attack, so this is going to be even longer than what I want it to be. Ugh. So right here, obviously, this... I do wish I could just post multiple videos, like I said before. Luckily, I only have to deal with one set of shields because it's not a 5-star den. So as soon as we knock out these set of shields, the Pokemon should fall fairly easy. And yeah. Oh, it actually attacked this time. Nice. Can we get the Togepi to attack? No, we cannot. Togepi's attacks miss, of course. That's awesome. Oh, he did not kill him? Wow. Of course, Togepi's going to use Life Dew, which is going to use a cutscene that's going to last even longer. No, let him die. Alright, right here, the battle should be about over now. Oh, now you're going to use Follow Me? You could have used it last turn. So the shield is down. I should be able to take it out with the next punch right here. And then we can finally get going with the rest of this. Please kill him. Alright, he is dead, thank God. Now, because you are hosting the raid den, guys, you do not need to throw a specific ball. Unless it is a featured den, which this one clearly is not. You could just throw a Pokeball or a Beast Ball or whatever ball you want, and it's going to be 100% catch rate. So you do not need to worry. If it is a featured raid, I would just recommend throwing a Master Ball because you're not saving the game anyways, and you can get the Master Ball right back. So after these 3 shakes, we're going to catch it. Voila. We have our Pokemon. Doesn't matter what the Pokemon is in the den. It is easier if it is a 3 or 4 star versus a 5 star to catch. We are going to go ahead and send it to the box. Now, here's the thing about this, guys. Before you do any other setup, you want to go into your box by doing this. And you want to put it in the second slot. I always like to have this first slot clear, because when you're trading somebody, it will show you on your screen who you're trading. So that's always easier. With that being said, we're going to go into our Ycom. We're going to connect to the internet. Alright, we are now connected to the internet. We're going to go to link trade at this point. Set link code. We do not have the link code yet. So this is the part where I'm going to swing you guys over to my web browser to show you that. Right here, this is called DoodooBot. This is what most of you guys are going to be using right here. Right up here is the URL for it. I know it's kind of long, but if you guys want to copy that URL, or you could also go to Google, and instead of typing in C Checker, which I'm going to show you guys that in a little bit, you can type in DoodooBot in Google, and it will pop right up. So there's no worries there. If you have a Discord server that you guys use for seed checking, feel free to do that as well. That is actually easier than trading this DoodooBot. Right now, it only has 2 active bots. The third one is inactive. So it does make it a little bit harder to get the trades going. The trade code is right here for you guys. The way that I would do it is I would wait until this says start searching. I would count to 5, have the code ready typed in to go, and then count to 5, and then get out of your Ycom immediately with the trade ready to go, so you can trade DoodooBot. But for the purpose of this video, I am not going to trade DoodooBot. I'm going to do a quicker method because I am in a Discord server that has a bot service available. So right here, I'm going to go into my C check bot. Depending on the commands that the Discord server wants you to do, this command right here is going to be check my seed, typed in just like this. We're going to type that in. We're going to go back into our game really quick. Once we get the code, we are ready for the code in the game like I showed you guys a minute ago. So this is distributing the bot right now. It's going to pull that bot up for us. The bot's going to message me a private code. Once the bot messages me a private code, I'm going to be able to trade with that private code. So it does take a second for this to pull up. So I apologize for that. Right here, the bot gave me a code 5414. we're going to go back into the game. We're going to type in 5414, and we are going to trade this bot. Start searching. You can request, blah, blah, blah. Bam. Now we are searching for the bot. Your trade should pull up here any second. The bot's name is going to be Shiny Ninja, but as long as you can get through with the trade with the bot, it's not a big deal. So like right here, Shiny Ninja, so we know we have the bot. We are going to trade this Pokemon to the bot. It is not going to fully do the trade, so it doesn't save your game. It quits the save. At this point, you can just turn off the game because you did not save it. So we're going to go back into the bot for you guys as soon as I can get it pulled up. Bam. So right here, it says I have a square shiny frame at 132. Also right here, it says I can do a star shiny frame at 2707. For the purpose of this video, though, I'm going to show you guys as if you guys traded the doo-doo bot. So we're going to highlight this seed number right here with this 0x, that is just part of their specific bot. But the rest of the numbers is part of the seed. So we are going to copy that. We are going to go back over to Google. At this point, you're going to type in seed checker Pokemon Sword or seed checker Pokemon Shield. It doesn't matter. You're going to go into the Pokemon Sword and Shield seed checker. Right here where it says seed, you're going to paste that seed right there. You're going to search next shiny frame. Right here, it's going to give you your frame. So I have 1,331 advances to my square shiny, which is actually really good. Anything over 3,000, if you get one that's over 3,000, you want to start the process all over again until you can get a seed checker that's under 3,000. Okay, so then, so we know at 1,331 is our seed for our shiny frame. So we're going to go back into the game here, like so. At this point, we are going to pull up the same Pokemon that we battled, we caught, we traded the bot that I traded, or the seed checker doo-doo bot that you guys will probably be using for the seed frame. It does take a while. I will repeat this again. It does take a while to trade the doo-doo bot unless you know how to do it correctly. Reason being is because there are thousands of people trying to trade that bot. So if you guys want to find a Discord server with the with their own version of a bot, that's probably easier for you. So as you can see right here, we still have the Pokemon. At this point, we are going to fly to the any Pokemon Center. The reason being we're going to go to a Pokemon Center is because if you continue this process out in the wild area, as you're skipping days, it is going to not allow you. It's going to shut your game off and have an error, at some point, because it is costing more frames than if you were to go to the Pokemon Center. There's absolutely, hardly any frames that get skipped inside the Pokemon Center. So right here, we're going to go into the Pokemon Center. We are going to, at this point, log on to the internet here. We don't need to save it. Actually, we're going to go ahead and save it at the Pokemon Center just in case we mess this part up. It doesn't matter if you've got onto the internet or not at this point, as long as you save it before you continue on. Alright, so we have saved the game, guys. We are going to go back into our Ycom. Right here, you're going to go into Link Battles. I'm going to go into Doubles. It's going to start searching. At this point, I need to undock my Switch, guys, because you have to do this part in handheld mode. But as soon as you undock your Switch, you're going to go into sleep mode. I'm still going to talk to you guys. I'm sorry, you're going to go into airplane mode, but you're not going to turn it on yet. You're going to wait until it tells you have found a battle. As soon as it says you have found a battle, you're going to turn airplane mode on and back off immediately. You guys cannot see me do it because I've got it in handheld mode. But right here, I can redock it now. So Yeah, right here it says communication error. You can kind of see it at the bottom where it tried to go into battle. Um, we're going to turn airplane mode back off. Close this out. It says opposing trainer been found, time to battle. At that point is when you need to turn airplane mode and back off. It is going to go into the screen and directly back out. At that point, the glitch is 100% active. So we can go into our date. We can go date and time. For me, it's the 31st. So we're going to skip 1 day forward to 6/1. Go back into the game, and you just saw the game flicker. That means the game skipped 1 day forward. So once again, we will do this. And you guys can do it in handheld mode. It's 10 times faster. Go to 2. Go back into it. Game flickers. And you don't have to keep going into the game to doing it. I just wanted to show you guys that it does continue to do it. So right here, you can go 3, okay, back into the game to the next day. Keep going. All right, just for show, we're going to go back into the game. The game's going to flicker again, and it did skip all of those days. So as I showed you before, right here, our advance is 1,331. So right here is the date that it gives you to get to your next shiny frame. So I do recommend saving our going back into the game 10 days before the 10 days before your shiny frame, because in case you have messed up at all, you want to make sure that everything is working. At that point, when you go into 10 days before, I will just show you as if I did that, guys, for the purpose of the video. So say I did it, I continue to do that in handheld mode. You can literally just keep moving that day 1 day forward until you hit 122, or at 122 is the shiny frame. So at 1/12/2024 is when you want to save the game at that point. So we're going to save the game for the purpose of the video. We are going to go back out into the wild area. Go into town map, and just to save like a fraction of a second, we're going to go ahead and take the taxi to East Lake Axwell. Like so. You can see all the way down there is where our shiny den is. If you did not throw a wishing piece in the den, guys, like if you just went up to a regular den and you skip it 1 day forward, that den will disappear. So you have to make sure you have thrown a shining wishing piece in there. Otherwise, the den will be gone. You will not be able to get your shiny Pokemon. So we're going to go back to the den, and we're going to check the Pokemon since we've skipped all those days forward. There is a chance that the Pokemon could be the same, but more than likely the Pokemon will change. So if you go back to the Pokemon, go to the den, you can see that the Pokemon is completely different at this point. So at this point, you want to rebattle the Pokemon. You've saved it, right? 10 days before your shiny frame. You've saved it. You battle the Pokemon again. After you battle the Pokemon again, definitely retrade it to the bot that you were trading it to. After you've got your next seed, go back into here, put the seed back into your seed checker right there. Hit next shiny frame. It's going to give you your advances. And it should say, if you've done it correctly, if you've done it correctly, it should say 9 advances. So like my seed checker bot here, if I retraded it, it will say 10. If you're trading doo-doo, it will say your seed right here if it's under 50. So if you happen to pull up a den, which is highly unlikely, that is under 50, you can pull it up right here. You can, and if it's under 50, it's going to show like it does right here, this person's, oh, that sucks. And I'm going to explain why that sucks in a second. This person's shiny frame is in 1 skip. You don't want to have that happen to you guys. So like right here, this person's skip is in 30. And it's anything under 50, it's going to say you have 30 skips left. So advances and skips might be the same thing as far as doo-doo bot. I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can always check your advances. If you reset your game before you save it, guys, so if I go back into the game, or not the game, reset the date. After you saved it, you can reset the date by going back into your date clock, turning the synchronized clock via internet on and back off, going back into the game. It is not going to change your Pokemon whatsoever. The screen is going to flicker, but it did not go forward 1 day, so it did absolutely nothing. At this point, you've traded the Pokemon. You've got your seed at 9, okay? So you're at 9 frames left. At this point, you want to actually, instead of doing that method that I showed you, you want to do this method to skip the day. So you want to go into the Pokemon, invite others offline, go into your date and time, and a lot of you guys may know this old method, but if you don't know exactly any of this, then I'm going to show you. Skip it to 1 day forward. It's going to ask you if you want to stop looking for participants. Yes, you do. You can see at this point, you can recollect wishing piece, or not wishing pieces. You can collect watts at this point. Go back into it, and obviously the Pokemon changed. That means that the day went 1 day forward. So you're going to continue to do that until you have 3 advances left. So at this point, you'll have 8 advances left. You're going to do it again for 7, again for 6, again for 5, again for 4, again for 3. Okay? Once you have 3 advances left, and obviously I'm not got the 3 advances left, so I cannot show you guys personally, but I promise you this is the method you want to use. You have 3 advances left. You want to save the game, okay? At that point, save the game. Go back into the Pokemon. You want to do this 3 more times, okay? So it will technically be 4 frames. So that Mr. Rhyme is frame 1. Go back into the game. Stop looking for participants. Alright. You gain 200 watts. The first one was a 4-star. This one's now a 5-star. So this is going to be frame 2. This is going to be your second skip as well. Go down. Go into date and time. Flip it 1 day forward again. Voila. It once again went 1 day forward. The weather changed. You were able to collect 200 more watts. The Pokemon change. So this is going to be frame 3, skip 3, okay? So you want to invite user. Once again, go down. Change your date 1 day forward. You are not saving it anymore at this point, okay? And then the next Pokemon, if you have done this correctly, will be a shiny Pokemon. So this Pokemon right here, if you have done it correctly, which obviously I did not do it correctly because I'm not able to use video editing software for you guys, so I cannot show you, but this method 100% works, I promise you. At this point, you do not want to invite user. Go into the battle, and all you want to do here is you want to make sure that this Pokemon is shiny. It is not going to be shiny for me because I did not do it correctly. So this Pokemon's, you're going to make sure it's shiny. Once you have made sure it's shiny, you can exit the game. So why you want to do it 4 days in advance is I'm actually going to show you guys here in 1 second. The first 3 Pokemon that you guys encounter in a den that you've thrown a wishing piece in and done all of this with is always going to be the same Pokemon. So the first Pokemon will be um, the Pokemon that you saw first. The second Pokemon is going to be the second Pokemon that you saw. The third Pokemon is going to be the third Pokemon that you saw. Then the fourth Pokemon will be able to rotate. It can be different every single time. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to be different, but it can. So right here, the first Pokemon was the Mr. Rhyme. So once again, you can go to invite user, go down into your system settings, go back into date and time, skip it 1 day forward. You should be good to go. So just to show you guys that the 3 Pokemon that you saw last time will be the 3 Pokemon that you see this time. The first time we saw Mr. Rhyme 4, the second time we saw Mr. Rhyme 5-star. So go into date and time again. Go into your system settings once again. Change your date 1 day forward. Stop looking for participants. And you get 2,000 more watts. The third Pokemon was this last time. It is this time, like I showed last time. And as long as you did this right and that 4th slot is a shiny Pokemon, every time you do this, every time that 4th slot is there, it's going to be a shiny Pokemon in that 4th spot. But the Pokemon, by doing it this way, the Pokemon can change. And if you're doing this for G-Max Pokemon, oh my god, that Pokemon is rare to pop up. If you're doing this right, this Delibird is going to be shiny. So like you guys saw before, the first 3 Pokemon were the same. The 4th Pokemon was a different Pokemon last time than it is this time. So with this one being a Delibird, you know that the first 3 Pokemon, once again, and I'm explaining this 1,000 times, but I definitely want to make sure you guys get this right. So I do apologize if I'm continuously saying the same things over and over again. But the last time it was the other Pokemon, this time it's the Delibird. If you were to do this again, there is a chance it could be Delibird again. There is a chance that it could be another Pokemon again. Or there is a chance, because this specific den has the G-Max Lapras, that it's G-Max Lapras. And if it does happen to be G-Max Lapras, you guys probably want to lock that in. So, say that this Pokemon is G-Max Lapras just for the sake of the video. The way that you're going to lock it in is you're going to go into your save and you're going to save the game. At this point, every single time you encounter this specific Pokemon, it is going to be a shiny G-Max Lapras. And the way you guys are going to want to host this, there's actually 2 ways you can host this. If you're doing the date reroll, you're going to want to go into sleep mode with your Switch, because you're not going to want to save it, but you're going to want to keep that Pokemon up and re-roll that Pokemon over and over again. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So go into... I am going to go online for the video, connect to the internet, because a lot of you guys are going to want to host this for other people. So you're going to want to do this online. So now you're connected to the internet. You can go back into it. Go into invite others. And this is going to look like a troll online. I'm not intending to do it. But this is how you're going to be able to host for anybody online. Obviously, you can press plus before getting into this screen to do a den code every single time if you want to. So we got somebody in, we got 2 people in, 3 people in. These all probably are thinking that it's a shiny Delibird. It is not. If you're one of those 3 people, I'm sorry, but we're going to go into the battle for you guys just to show you how to do this correctly. We're going to wait for this last person to ready up because, yeah. So, you guys have got the shiny Pokemon in this spot. You're hosting the shiny den. As soon as it pops up, the screen pops up, you want to immediately go into sleep mode. And then turn your switch back on because it is docked, so you're going to have to press the power button on the switch. Go to continue by hitting the A button continuously. Communication server was interrupted. That means you know you did this correctly. And you can continue hosting whatever Pokemon you are wanting to host over and over and over and over and over again until you're done hosting that Pokemon. At that point, because you have not saved it, you can turn off your game, okay? See, as you guys can see right here, we still have Delibird. We did not save the game, so you guys can continue hosting the Delibird like 1,000 times if you want to. So, you're done hosting the Delibird. Say this is the last Delibird you want to host before re-rolling the Pokemon. You can definitely do that. Or, you can use this method as well if you have the G-Max Lapras up, or any G-Max Pokemon up. So you're going to go into the den, invite others. Obviously, go online so you can invite other people with you. For the sake of this, I'm going to go to Ready to Battle. Hit yes. We're going to go into the battle. So instead of putting it into sleep mode this time, guys, we're going to close the game out by hitting the home button on your controller, hitting X, then A. Once you go back into the game, if you have done it by the other method and not this method, the first method that I showed you, you should easily have the first Pokemon re-pulled up. Move the date 3 days forward to your shiny frame, and you can host that new Pokemon again. If this is the G-Max Lapras, for instance, that you are hosting, go back into the game. Right here, as you can see, it is the Delibird or the G-Max Pokemon that you're hosting, and you can just re-host the G-Max Pokemon over and over and over and over again. I will emphasize, do not catch the Pokemon until you are completely satisfied with hosting the den. Because once you catch that Pokemon, and you save the game after that, you can no longer host the den. So there is that. With that being said, this is a 30-plus minute video that I've got going for you guys. I am sorry that it is so long. I wish I could have edited this out for you guys to make it shorter. But I did explain to you guys how to get it from start to finish. If you have any other questions, please hit those questions with me in the description down below, or in the comments down below. I do have a Discord server. I'm not really sure yet how to link things. I might have it linked for you guys. I might not. If I don't have it linked for you guys, I will find a way to get you guys a Discord server. I stream on Twitch every day as well for you guys. So if you go into your into Twitch, you can look me up at The Shiny Oreo, as well as on Twitter as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys bared with me on this because this is a long video and it was definitely drawn out, so I apologize for that. I will do more videos for you guys with my kids in the future. But with that being said, I'm going to get off of here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.